Hey guys, it's Josh, and in today's episode, I'm going to walk you through a recent wholesale deal we did from start to finish. Now, I do apologize. There's one clip in this video, actually, where I make the offer that I didn't have my speaker phone on. So you can hear me, you can't hear him, but basically I make him an offer. He says, whoa, no way, that's not going to work. We continue to talk. I educate him, and he comes up. But you are going to get so much out of it. Listen to how we qualify the lead, listen to how we make the offer, and listen to how we educate so that he bumps up or bumps down in what he's wanting for the property and ultimately accepts the deal. And then I'll walk you through how we sold that property.
Hey Josh, this is Scott. You left me a voicemail about any interest in selling our house. I am somewhat interested, so I'd like to hear more about what you could offer.
Hey Scott, Josh Gaiman. I called you yesterday about the house. How much do you want for it, Scott? And you live there right now, correct? What's your timeline for moving?
We want to move farther out west.
Cool.
And so the purpose of selling is we could use what equity we have is to pay down debt and then start building up our savings for that next down payment.
Have you talked to anybody else about selling yet, or did you just kind of get my call and that's what prompted it?
Not yet. I get these calls all the time, and I typically just ignore them. But I thought, it doesn't hurt to have a discussion. So
yeah. I do have most of the specs. I know, and I know the area obviously pretty well.
It's three and two baths. We recently did a remodel in the family room and partial in our bedroom. It has a pool. We did new floors in it was in the family room. The kitchen's been remodeled, got granite countertops. We did that 5 or 7 years ago. We put in a jacuzzi tub in the master bath.
And obviously it says 2-car garage. What type of shape is the pool in? Does it need anything?
The pool deck is starting to crack a little bit. We had it. We redid that about 5 to 7 years ago.
All right. And then, do you by chance know how old the roof is?
The last hailstorm we had it redone.
Oh, okay, so 2011-ish.
Yeah.
Perfect. So it's got a ton of life on it. And then, what about the air conditioner? You know about that?
Yeah, we replaced that. I think that's 10 years old now.
Okay. Perfect. And then, does the house have the newer style windows or the older style?
We have double pane windows. We got those pretty close after we moved in.
And if you guys could get a good price that worked for you, or are you guys in a situation where you'd be ready to move forward now?
Yeah.
Okay. So perfect. Okay, so we just recently sold a couple properties actually, and that's why I called you. We sold one in kind of southeast Phoenix and one in Maryville. They were long-term rentals of ours. And so basically we're looking to place that money.
Yeah.
And so, if we could work something out, there wouldn't be any fees. I am a licensed broker, just so you know. So, if there's anything you needed help with, or if for some reason our offer didn't work out, you just had some questions or wanted help, that's something I could help you with. But the reason I, originally called you really was just to buy it. Would be our intent if we could do that. So there wouldn't be any fees because there's no realtor, commissions or anything like that involved. We could work it out to where, we close when you want to close to get you the cash. So if you want to close quickly, that's not a problem. We can do that. The as is. We can pretty much tell, where we need to be. So we buy it as is. If there's something we think, okay, this might have less life, or we might want to do this in the future or whatever, we adjust for that, but I don't waste money paying, $400 or $500 for a home inspection. I would rather save that money or be able to pay you, an extra $400 or $500 so that we could hopefully make a deal. It's the location that's really important to us right now. So basically, we could buy it. If you wanted to close quick, we could do that, get you your cash. With that being said, I know you mentioned paying off some debt and stuff like that. Do you know kind of what I'll do is, if you give me 5-10 minutes, maybe 15-20 tops, let me do a little bit of homework specifically on your neighborhood, see what they're kind of going for, days on market and stuff like that. And then I can give you a shot back and let you know where we're at. With being said, as far as like, paying off the debt and stuff like that, I know we talked a little bit about timeline, but do you know kind of where you think you would need to be as far as what would accomplish what you're trying to do to, how much equity you're trying to get back, where that would put you?
I don't know. I think the home values in that area are probably in the 250-ish range, but I'm not, like I say, I don't check that stuff. So, if you give me a fair offer, and it meets our needs, then I'm willing to move forward right away. But yeah, I'm flexible. It's just got to be fair. I'm not going to focus on what I need to get out of it necessarily, just that if it's a fair offer, because I don't have a ton of debt.
That makes sense. So basically, trying to just get yourself in a situation where you guys can go out and find exactly what you want and kind of be in a powerful situation as a buyer.
Yes.
Very smart. I like it a lot. Okay, cool. Yeah, no, that sounds like it definitely could be a win-win. So, like I said, give me 10, 20 minutes, something like that. If it's any longer than that, I just got held up. But I will call you. This is what I'm doing right now, so I've already got it up. I'll just kind of run that, and then I can go over it with you.
Sounds good.
Awesome. Thanks, Scott. I'll talk to you real soon, man.
All right, thanks.
Bye-bye. Hey, Scott, it's Josh. So I took a look, and yeah, I think you're right on the money about somewhere around 250 probably if you were to sell at retail. There's been some that have sold a little higher, like in the 265, 275 range, all of which are pretty much like, complete rehabs that were like just remodeled, like somebody bought them and, tried to make them look like brand new and resell them. Yeah. And it sounds like with the shape yours is in, I mean, there's no sense in putting money in it to try to maximize that because you'd be, put 20 grand into it and back up at the same price anyways. There's been some other ones that have sold for less. They're either a little bit smaller or don't have a pool. So I think probably honestly right around 250 is very realistic for, if you were to sell at retail. If we were to buy it, as is, we need to be quite a bit less than that. I was kind of running some numbers on it. I mean, the biggest thing is just, and obviously this is kind of what you were talking about, is just the situation. If you're I think you could definitely walk away with more money if you sold it and then moved twice. Obviously that would be a pain in the butt because you'd have to basically sell yours, and then during escrow find a place for rent, move, and then, do like a short-term rental until you found, what it is that you wanted to buy. But, I mean, just kind of running the numbers on that, I mean, I think you'd probably walk away, somewhere in the low 200s. If you sold it for, let's say, 250 minus commissions, it's going to put you around 235, minus your closing costs, probably around 228, 229. If you rent, for 6 months, that's going to cost you between, 9 and 12 grand, depending on if you rent an apartment or, you spend more for a house. And you're still walking away with, and then that would put you around 220, and then you'd be moving twice, so you're like, 210, 215 is where I kind of penciled probably what you'd end up netting at the end of the day. Just obviously that's a lot more work than just, staying there until you find something. But I think we would need to be, the max we would need to be, it would be 190. Yeah, that's kind of what I figured, just because I was kind of running the numbers and, like I said, kind of making that comparison that I thought you'd be making. It's a pretty big difference between, and part of the biggest thing, just so you're aware, is just all this uncertainty that's going on right now. There's a lot of risk in what could happen in the next 6 months. If we were talking a month ago, the conversation would be a little bit different. I'd probably be $10,000 or $15,000 higher, and loans everything's, because of the coronavirus, is just kind of in a whirlwind. And so that's really the biggest thing is just, like I said, the uncertainty of where the value's going. Right now, prices aren't really dropping. It's just that houses are not going under contract at the rate they were, and loans are falling out at a much higher rate. All that to say, what I would advise if you think you guys are going to be moving in the next 6 to 12 months would be, even though it might be a little bit more of a pain, list it as soon as possible. Because right now inventory is coming on the market at a rate faster than we've seen ever. And so if that stops happening, dealing with the other effects. So it's still going to affect loans. Obviously the economy is basically stopped for a month. So it's gonna have an impact no matter what. Hopefully the velocity it's going down right now slows. And like I said, prices have not dropped yet too much. I mean, because there's more competition, obviously people are having to, lower their prices in some circumstances to sell them quick. But it's not like we're seeing, massive valuation reductions or anything like that yet. But I would say, sell it now, get out, and then it might be a little bit more of a pain, if you got to go rent somewhere short term. But if you sell it now as high as you can, and then based on everything that's being forecasted, you're probably going to be buying at a lower price in 6 months or 12 months than you'd buy today anyways. So, you could kind of take advantage of that spread, you know what I mean? Correct, yep. Yeah, that's net to you, so you'd be getting, a check for $190,000 and then $200 with them. I may be able to. I probably want to see it. That would definitely be stretching me, but like I said, because of our situation and the location is really where we're looking to be, is that something you would definitely commit to? If I could, I probably need to talk to my partner. He should be in the office any minute. Okay. Do you want to maybe touch base with me after your meeting? Let me know. If you're a for sure yes, what I do is come out and look at the house and be able to tell you yes or no. And I think there's a good chance I might be able to do that. I just would want to, definitely see it first. So just buzz me on that one after you talk to her and let me know. And then, I'm close by, so I can come look at it today or tomorrow, and pretty much we can move as fast as you guys wanted to if that works out. All right, cool. Thank you, Scott. I'll talk to you soon. You too, man.
Here I am where the movie started, facing at a photo they've taken. Space tree flying through the skies and petals happen everywhere.
If you're getting something out of this, please hit that little like button down there. Then on the other side, click subscribe, and next to it, tap that little bell, and you're going to get notifications every time we drop a new episode.
Hi, this is Josh.
Hey guys, this is Scott.
Oh, hey, Scott.
So were you able to talk to your partner?
I did. I talked to him. He said that he thought we could probably make that work. He said, he kind of agreed with me that we'd want to see it before we committed to it, but I think we're a go if you guys are a go.
Yeah, it's tough sell for my wife, but I think we're a go.
Okay. You said you still have to talk to your wife?
I talked to her.
Oh, you did talk to her. Okay. When's a good time for me to stop by?
Can you do tomorrow?
Okay. How about 3:30? Would that work?
That works fine.
Perfect. Okay. If you need anything before that, call me. Otherwise, I will see you guys tomorrow at 3:30.
Sounds good.
Thanks, Scott.
Thanks, sir.
Yep.
Have a good day.
You too. Bye.
All right, so here is the email blast where we sent this one out. You can actually look at a bunch of my headlines here, but this one, we sent it out. Remodeled house, $65,000, instant equity in Glendale, 85304. Now, this is exactly what my buyer saw. Obviously, we've always got our cover pick. A lot of times I like to use a drone shot, kind of had the pool back in there. We've got the property address, our wholesale price. I like to put the as-is retail value, also the ARV. In this case, this property was pretty well remodeled, so it already basically almost was real close to ARV, just as-is value. Sales copy right here. You guys can pause this, give the YouTube algorithm some love, and read all that if you want. I'll click here through the pictures real quick while those are loading. You'll see that I have the links several times in here. So let me go back up. So the goal is to get them to see the headline, open the email, read the email, click the pictures, look at the pictures, and everything is designed to get them excited about this deal, so they want to buy this deal, right? So I've got the square footage, the lot square footage, big backyard, pool, RV parking. Again, you guys can pause that and see all those bullet points, but everything that's good about the house, bullet points, we want to basically list that. I like to do a screenshot of the floor plan, I take that from our local tax records. Again, there's going to have more pictures or links to the pictures because we want so bad that they click on that and see the visual of this whole property. Got our number. Contact Josh to purchase, not to ask questions, not to inquire, but to purchase, right? Always be closing. We've got our comps here. I like to show the comps too. I screenshot those in descending order from highest to lowest. I like to screenshot the map so they can kind of see visually. This one's over in West Phoenix, or actually Glendale, close to the Arizona State University West campus. So I, took a screenshot that showed that inside of also the blue area. There's where we pulled the comps from. Again, the pictures links and all of our disclosures down there. I'll go to the pictures real quick for you guys. And I don't know if you can see the whole picture. Sorry about that. It might be cut off. But basically, I like to do, 5 or 6 pictures, the best pictures of the house, if possible. If it's a really nice house like this one. So I kind of highlight the things that I think are the best. And then I come back around to the front of the house and I start a walkthrough tour. So now all the pictures are going to be basically in order, almost like as if it was a video, and they can walk right through the house. I don't like to use video. I like pictures better. With my experience with video, buyers are going to skim forward. They're going to miss stuff. So I like to do it in pictures, and basically just boom, boom, boom. I just take the buyers right through the entire house right here. We'll end up in the backyard. Starting to skip forward a little bit, but we're going to end up in the backyard. It's not loading, and then end up with the remaining drone shots that we would have.